LIV Golf, the controversial cash-rich league that's shaken up the golf world. But did you know that even in a league built on massive paychecks, not everyone gets to stay? We're uncovering the 5 players who've been dropped from LIV Golf, including a major champion. Why were they let go? And what's next for these pros? This is exciting. Our team scoured Golf Monthly, golf.com, and bunkered to uncover the full story behind these shocking cuts. And stay tuned until the end, because we'll reveal who's this Masters champion who dropped from 54? First up, we have Finnish golfer Kalle Samuja, who had one of the most heartbreaking exits from LIV Golf imaginable. Samuja, who won the LIV Golf Promotions event in 2023, joined Martin Kaymer's Cleeks GC, but couldn't quite find his rhythm in the league. His season was a roller coaster, culminating in a crushing final round at the Chicago event, where he finished bogey-double-bogey, dropping to 49th in the standings, just outside the cutoff to stay on the roster. As the 2022 Porsche European Open champion, Samuja's talent is undeniable. While he only managed 2 top 20 finishes this season, his determination to bounce back is crystal clear. Currently, he's competing on the DP World Tour and the Asian Tour, setting his sights on a return to LIV Golf in 2025. In fact, Samuja is already laying the groundwork for his comeback. He's gearing up for the LIV Golf Promotions event in Saudi Arabia this December, with another route to return through the International Series rankings. After a strong start at the International Series Qatar, he's keeping his dream alive. Despite his struggles, Samuja speaks fondly of his time with Cleeks GC, where he played alongside golf legends like 2-time major champion Martin Kaymer and rising star Adrian Meronk. He's determined to rejoin the LIV Golf family, and with his resilience and proven track record, he just might pull it off. Ready to know who this Masters champion is? Stay tuned until the end. This is controversial. Next up, we have Vincent, who faced a challenging campaign in LIV Golf, despite being part of Jon Rahm's formidable Legion 13 squad. The team dominated, winning 4 LIV team events throughout the season, but individually, Vincent struggled. Finishing 54th in the individual standings, the second worst for a player competing in all 14 events, meant he was relegated from the league at the end of the season. While Vincent's performance fell short, his time with LIV Golf wasn't without its memorable moments. Competing alongside some of the world's best players and being part of a winning team undoubtedly added to his professional experience. Despite the disappointment, the 32-year-old is already bouncing back. Relegated players like Vincent are given the chance to compete on the Asian Tour's International Series, which allows them to remain active at a high level of professional golf. He's currently in action at the Black Mountain Championship in Thailand, reflecting on his journey and looking ahead. In his own words, Vincent described his time with LIV Golf as an amazing experience, a dream opportunity to compete against the world's best on the biggest stages. He's taking the lessons learned and focusing on progress, aiming to make the most of his current opportunities on the International Series. Coming at number 3 is Eugenio Chacarra, who was once seen as the future of LIV Golf. Fresh out of college and ranked as the world's second-best amateur, the Spaniard made a splash by joining Sergio Garcia's Fireballs team and claiming a win at the Bangkok Invitational during LIV's inaugural season. But in 2025, Chacarra finds himself at a crossroads. After finishing 39th in the standings last season, his contract was not renewed by the Fireballs team, leaving him without a place in LIV Golf. His frustration stems not only from losing his spot, but also from broken promises he believes the league made. Chacarra has voiced his disappointment about the lack of official World Golf Ranking (OWGR) points and access to major championships, a stark contrast to the career trajectory of some of his collegiate rivals, like Ludwig Åberg. While Åberg's PGA Tour victories have propelled him to the top of the golf world, Chacarra's LIV wins have done little to enhance his career beyond financial rewards. Chacarra reflected on his time in LIV Golf, saying, When I joined, they promised OWGR and majors, but it didn't happen. I trusted them. I don't play for money. I play to compete at the highest level, to qualify for the Masters, the Ryder Cup, and the biggest stages. Unfortunately, those opportunities have remained out of reach. Looking ahead, Chacarra hopes to chase his dream of competing on the PGA Tour, but his path won't be easy. Players transitioning from LIV Golf to the PGA face sanctions, including a one-year suspension from tour-sanctioned events. For Chacarra, this means waiting until late September 2025 to compete in PGA events. We're almost at the end. Do you have any idea on our reveal? Up next is Hudson Swafford, the bright spotlight of LIV Golf's inaugural event. To the uncertainty of his future in professional golf, Swafford was one of the original members of the Saudi-backed LIV Golf League, debuting in London in 2022. A three-time PGA Tour winner before joining LIV, his entry into the breakaway league was seen as a bold move, but it came with mixed results. After missing the 2023 season due to injury, Swafford returned to a full schedule in 2024. However, his performance failed to meet expectations. Competing as one of LIV Golf's wildcards, he finished 55th in the season standings and never broke into the top 30 in any event. Swafford's struggles continued at the 2025 season qualifiers, where he finished at the bottom of the leaderboard during LIV promotions. With his LIV golf career now over, Swafford faces a challenging path forward. Reports suggest Swafford attempted to return to the PGA Tour, hoping his status as a three-time winner might grant him access. However, with no clear answers from the tour and its stance on LIV Golf players, he now faces a mandatory one-year suspension from tour-sanctioned events. For Swafford, the next chapter may lie on the Asian Tour. Like others who've exited LIV Golf, the International Series offers a platform to compete professionally and potentially rebuild his career. And finally, at number 5, Bubba Watson has been one of golf's most recognizable figures, a two-time Masters champion and a cornerstone of LIV Golf's Range Goats team. But in a shocking twist, the 2024 season has seen this legendary name fall into LIV Golf's infamous drop zone. Last week, the golfing world was stunned when LIV Golf released its end-of-season relegation list, featuring none other than Bubba Watson. The drop zone, a rule that relegates the league's bottom 5 players at the end of each season, had already stirred controversy. But Watson's inclusion marks the first time a team captain, let alone one of his stature, has faced relegation. Joining lesser-known players like the Vincent brothers, Kala Samuja, and Brandon Grace, Watson's relegation was the headline that rocked the league. As a team captain and one of the league's marquee stars, this revelation raises serious questions about the future of LIV Golf's structure and star power. From the start, Watson was a key part of LIV's strategy to draw attention and credibility. With a reported $50 million signing bonus in 2022, his presence gave the Range Goats star power, and his personality made him a fan favorite. But with competitive meritocracy now taking center stage, even captains are no longer exempt from the drop zone. 54 Golf initially shielded its captains from relegation to protect its franchise model. However, a recent rule update states that captains can be relegated, though their teams may still retain them if a compelling business case can be made. For Bubba Watson, the business case seems undeniable. As a two-time major champion and one of the league's biggest draws, his value to LIV Golf extends far beyond the course. Yet, his inclusion in the drop zone underscores a broader tension between competitive integrity and the economics of star power. As LIV Golf continues to evolve, balancing star power with competitive fairness will define its future and the players' careers. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of professional golf and want more stories like this, covering your favorite players, dramatic rivalries, and behind-the-scenes insights, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll keep you updated on everything happening in the world of golf.